I was like at the bottom of the casita. I was in the first row. Dude, he was right in my head. Just like, oh my God. Yeah.
That made you want to bark?
No, but it made me scream like, wow! I think that's what I said.
It made you want to howl.
Benito! Benito! He touched my hand.
Oh, he did? Wow.
Yeah,
did you watch?
Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof.
I was not expecting that.
And we're back. Episode 98?
99?
No, this is 98.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
I think we're at 98, guys.
9 is my lucky number.
That's crazy. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're here with our lovely Fiama for the 19,000 trillion time.
She's back.
She's back. Pow, pow, pow. So Paulina is coming home from Puerto Rico. And guess who was there? Just guess.
Based on the tan.
Guess who made it to Puerto Rico, y'all? I did. I made it. Thank you to all my sponsors. I appreciate y'all. I'm just kidding. I didn't get sponsored, y'all. I YOLO'd. You know what? I'm going to start now. That's my say with my chest. I YOLO'd too hard that it's catching up to me and I need to relax. So if you're going to YOLO hard, YOLO till you can't YOLO anymore, and then sit your ass down. But see, I YOLO'd because I worked my ass off. And I made sure all my I's were dotted and all my T's were crossed. So I was able to do that. So if you're not a person who works well under pressure and doesn't plan ahead of time, don't YOLO. Don't do it. But if you do YOLO as hard as you can, I am the queen of YOLO, but now I'm retiring.
Work hard
been busy.
And
play harder. Period.
But anyway, here for a good time, not a long time.
Okay, I mean, you're literally, I kept telling myself, like...
These are all saying people make to justify their actions.
I'm like...
$10,000.
I'm not taking this money to the grave with me. And then, Bad Bunny talked about, like, we need to take more photos and, love on each other. And, you're not going to have this moment again. And I'm not going to have that moment again.
Yeah, what's credit card debt? Fuck it. That's
what's a couple thousand?
What's Amex going to say, huh?
Let's max it out right now.
Let's just max it out, It's fine. But anyway, how are you, Marco?
I'm good. I'm here.
That's great.
Sitting.
I actually want you to say with your chest.
I didn't know I had one.
No, you definitely have one. So we were talking off camera, y'all, and Marco told a hilarious story.
No, I asked the question.
Oh, he asked the question, and I'm like, Marco, you cannot close with your chest. I need you to say it with your chest. You could say it in the form of the question, like you did us, or just your opinion on it, because it's hilarious. Because if you didn't know, Marco is a world international traveler with 11 businesses.
Mr. Worldwide.
So last episode, we talked about his trip to Puerto Rico. He was just in Paris last week, hanging out with Drake, with the dogs.
True story.
So, he has so much to talk about.
Well, my main concern is, I walked in and saying, is it an ick if you go to a concert with someone and the artist is acknowledging a group of people that are in, the main floor? They're saying, where my dogs at? And then a grown man starts barking to another grown man. Is that not an ick? Because that's what happened. We were at the show and he was like, oh, I got these, my dogs are here and where my dogs at? And it was a mosh pit of people and all these grown men, because you could see them, they're grown ass men, to start barking at this 40-year-old artist. And I'm just like, bro, this is weird. I would never in my life do that. So I turned to Lucy. I'm like, is this an ick? Am I the problem? Or
what would you do if Lucy was barking?
I would be I would find it not as unattractive as I did when those men were barking.
I know.
And I'm not even attracted to men. It was just bro, what the fuck? Honestly, why are you doing this? And so that's why I posed the question to you two. And so obviously I think we probably can guess your answer.
Yeah.
And we can definitely guess Fiamma's answer.
My follow-up question was, what did the bark sound like? Because that
Was
makes
it
a
a
difference.
chihuahua?
If he's like, roof, roof, nah, you ain't big dog. But if you're deep in it, then I'm okay.
You want that big dog energy. That's
Big
what you
dog.
want.
But no, it would be weird if they take it there and you're just right next to them, just watching them bark. That would throw me off for sure.
It's just so weird. It's a full body experience of them trying to bark. I'm like, what is going on? So I don't know. It's just I guess I had a secondhand embarrassment for them. That was weird. But yeah, that was my Drake trip.
What would make you bark?
Nothing. What do you talk? I'm not a dog.
I know, but I'm just like, is there a scenario where you would bark?
No.
Oh, okay.
You even know like that? Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street? Where like
yeah.
the what the fuck? What's her name?
What's her name?
Margot Robbie has
Barbie.
Leo, Barbie.
Yeah.
With like the heels and thing, and it's like even like in a sexual way, like no, I wouldn't. I'd get up and be like, what? I'd be offended. I'd be like, what the hell? You want me to bark at
What
you?
about meow?
No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, actually,
Really?
you are what you attract. Meow.
Wow.
Just kidding. Anyway.
I mean, would you bark?
Honestly, yeah. Like
Really?
Because I here's the thing, like I don't take myself seriously, especially in a concert. I don't think that's a place where you're like, let me be on my P's and Q's. Like, no, I'd probably bark. But my bark will be deep.
All right, so you're out with your mans and you go to Chris Brown. Right?
Oh, I was at Chris Brown
I
with my
understand.
girl.
And you're going
I
crazy.
would bark, I would meow, I would
singing,
I'll do whatever.
You're doing the whole thing, right?
Dame un grr.
And then he turns around, Chris Brown says, "Where my dogs at?" And your man just starts barking. You're gonna tell me you gonna be like, "Yeah, that's my man." Like you're gonna tell me
I would
you're gonna
laugh.
stand 10 toes on your man.
I would 100% laugh, but I don't think I would overthink it to an extent. I'd
You
be
wouldn't-
like, okay, we get it.
You
Like,
wouldn't be like, "Ew." Like,
I think I would look at him with disgust, but then laugh at the
yeah,
end.
I don't
Like,
think it'll be something that I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't believe
Yeah.
you gave me secondhand embarrassment. You're a disgusting low life man. Like, no.
I'm not expecting you to divorce him or break
No,
up
no,
with him. I'm just asking.
I know. Yeah, I think it will definitely catch me off guard, especially if it's like Chris Brown.
Okay.
Like, because I was telling you guys off camera, I went to the Chris Brown concert,
Yeah, I
and
know.
again, any like heterosexual men that were there in a big group with other women,
Yeah.
like their girlfriends, whatever. But it threw me off, and I think it was kind of hilarious when they were doing the like, you bad as hell, the dance, and you see these grown men just hitting it, and I was like, okay.
So even that, like I'm not a like full body like concert, goer where you're like dancing and singing.
Oh,
and
that's
doing,
me.
Like I'm not like I'm chilling, I'm
I'm not
vibing,
sitting.
I'm swaying back and forth or whatever it is. Like I'm not really going all crazy, but like I've seen like there's guys that are like belting out every lyric and every rap of,
Yeah.
and I'm cool. Like that's cool. Like I'm not like ew. But when you start barking, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
That's it. Marco draws the line at barking.
Yeah, because it's just weird. But I mean, maybe I'm the weird one. Who knows?
No, I think everybody's different how you experience concerts, life, whatever it is. For me, I'm going to do the most.
Oh, okay.
Do the most, Tati. That's just
You're
what it
like
is.
Lucy. You're like the same thing. Like if she used to go to Chris Brown all the time, and she'd like record videos of herself like crying,
I
singing,
cried.
and everything
I
else.
did cry too.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I YOLO'd so hard. I saw Chris Brown, and then I saw Bad Bunny 2 weeks later.
Even like at the Bad Bunny concert, right? Like it was a great experience. Like it was the music you saw, the salsa and everything
Yeah.
else. But I wasn't out there like belting
Yeah.
out lyrics and
Yeah.
doing that. But
Yeah, dude, I was like at the bottom of the casita.
Yeah,
I was
the
in the
back.
first row. Dude, he was right in my head. It's just like, oh my God.
That made you want to bark? Did you start?
No, but it made me scream like, wow! I think that's what I
you want to
said.
howl.
Benito.
Benito! He touched my hand.
Oh, he did? Wow.
Yeah, he
Did you
did.
wash your hands? No, yet.
No,
Not
I
yet?
haven't washed it in 3 days.
Okay.
Worth it.
Smells
What's
like
your
Puerto
say it with
Rican.
your chest feet? We go from like ours to yours.
Oh my God, I'm
A
so
woman
gonna
of
switch
faith.
I
the
love it.
tone.
It's what we're here for.
My say it with my chest comes from a sermon that I was watching on Sunday. Sunday was a very, I won't call it special, but it was like, it was a day. It marked a month for something that happened. And so I think Sunday was kind of feeling under the weather. But my say with my chest is let God meet you in places you've been avoiding.
Oh,
That's a bar.
damn.
Yeah, it's a personal one.
Yeah.
But I feel like it resonates with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like that a lot because I think a lot of people can interpret that as like a physical place or a feeling. And like a feeling could be like this fear of failure or fear of being wrong or getting your hopes up or whatever that is. if this is too personal, you don't have to answer it. But like, where's that place for you?
I think mine is very, well, it's obviously a spiritual, right?
Yeah.
I think personally is on the other side of fear. Fear of going out there and getting out of my comfort zone. Very specifically in my personal romantic life. Not in other aspects of my life, just in that one aspect. Because I think, I was telling you this earlier, I think, when you're alone for a long time, you kind of become very good at being self-sufficient and very independent. But you also can grow walls where, you're protecting yourself against anything that may come in that, doesn't serve you, whatever the case may be. And then in the place where I'm at right now, I just feel like those walls are there to protect you and also to keep you in. And if I want to make a genuine connection at some point, I have to some way, somehow get out of those walls that I've built for myself in order for me to do that. And what I'm discovering is that outside of those walls, there's a lot of fear. So I'm trying to lean into my God to help me through that process, invite him in so he can lead me and help me through my process, because I think like this moment specifically is detrimental for me to get over. I need to get over that because I just don't believe in leading with fear. I hate when I see people lead with fear. I hate that for them. And then I hate it for me too, because when I really think about it, like, I don't want to lead with fear, and then I don't want fear to really dictate my entire life. Like, what if I'm gonna miss out on something great because I'm too afraid? What am I gonna get from that? Nothing. So when I have moments of anxiety, or maybe like where I need to like just regulate my emotions, usually like prayer carries me through that and like calms me down. So that's where I'm at. I might cry this episode, who knows.
Aww.
It's okay.
Hey, if you ever feel like you want to cry, just blink and I'll roof. So I think that's very powerful, because I was on a plane for a very long time this morning, today. I'm barely going on sleep. And like, I'm terrified of turbulence. Like, it's very scary. And the only thing that calms me during those moments, like taking off on a plane or turbulence, is just saying, this is normal, God, it's your will. This is normal, God, it's your will. And I think that was instilled in me by my grandma when I was little, when I went on my first plane ride and I was freaking out. And the way she interpreted like the plane ride is something I think I would pass down, because it's still, as a 33-year-old, I'm like, she's like, God is like, a toy plane. God is just, we're in his hands. And you see, he's taking us up. And sometimes his hand gets a little shaky. And that's the turbulence. But we're like, God is leading us to where we have to go. So you don't have to have anxiety. Enjoy the flight. Like, enjoy this experience. And it's crazy because, like, I'll freak out and I'll be like, it's okay. God's holding us right now. I was like, he's just a little shaky right now. But it sounds crazy, but it's like this idea of if you have this fear of flying, you're not going to go to Paris. You're not going to go and do all these beautiful things, and you're going to miss out on all these memories because of fear, where your faith can take you anywhere almost. So I like that you shared that. And I think I see it very literal, like being terrified of like flying sometimes, versus something that we talked about, I think in the last episode you were here, when you called me out and you're like, Tati, you said when you're done with your PhD, you're going to do all these things. And that actually really resonated with me since you said that. And like, I don't know if you could tell, like I said, I've been YOLOing, but it's like your voice has been stuck with me, where it's like, why am I going to wait until I'm done with one thing to enjoy all these other things? Both could happen simultaneously. Like, I could still travel and enjoy myself, but still like lock in and study and have everything done. And I feel really pleased and blessed and proud of myself, and I talked a little bit about it, because I do feel like I am able to do all the things where in the past I was so fearful of failure that I was like, let me not overdo what I have to do and just focus on this. And then when I'm done with this, I'll work on something else. So I think right now I feel like I'm in a place where I can like live in that faith and take risks and YOLO. But like I said, I'm gonna calm down a little bit because not only do I have faith, but I have people pouring into me and like helping me, whatever that looks like, whether it's like motivating me or it's like, girl, I'll help you do this. Go get on that flight. Like I'll take care of this, you know?
And you're doing a really good job at it. I think, too, it's like you may not think about it in this moment, but also the way you can balance and handle all of these different things in your plate, wear all these different hats, inspire other people to even try to feel, or like even just the idea that they can have a life where they work hard and they do something meaningful and they can still have a life where they enjoy themselves, and it's okay, because I think especially for teachers, you get this idea of like, oh, they just can't have fun or oh, you know, whatever like weird thing sometimes we grow up with. So I think that's also really great you're like a walking example of like, no, you can make it work. It obviously takes a lot of work because there's a lot behind the scenes.
For sure.
But it's also like, no, you can make it work. It's whatever you want to do. So I feel like you do a really good job of like writing your own playbook.
I'm trying, girl.
Yeah.
But I got
So
a lot
proud
of
of you
people
for
on
that.
my team helping me write that. I think that's important too.
Yeah, a
like,
good support.
Everybody needs somebody. Yeah. For sure. Well, this got pretty deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so, y'all, Fiama and I have so many like topics we want to touch on. And so one I want to move into, but I almost feel like we could move into the one after that.
Yeah,
that talks about effort.
Let's go with natural.
Yeah. So obviously we're both single. Now what that looks like for
You
both
didn't
of
find
us.
a Puerto Rican daddy over there? What happened?
No, I didn't.
No,
Daddy.
Benito?
My actual daddy.
Benito?
I got our actual daddy that's 300 pounds Puerto Rican. But our singles look a little different,
You
right?
did not just say 300 pounds.
My dad's 300 pounds.
Don't put him out like that.
Don't play with Big Meech. That's my daddy.
I'm
300
I'm
pounds.
329 this morning. There you go.
Oh, okay, there you go. See, that's big dog.
Big guys. Whoa.
You messed up by
You know
doing
what?
that. Now I'm gonna bark.
I'm going to
this
call your
whole
dad. I'm
episode.
going to ask him the same
He'll
question.
bark too, though. That's my dad.
What-
That's where I get my silliness from. My dad. He will. If you ask him to bark, he'll bark.
Really?
He'll be like, okay, cool. But anyway, but like obviously we're always having these conversations about dating and potential and all these things. But I think it comes down to like when a person is dating, right? What is more important, the effort or like the money put into those dates or their money?
I think it's very subjective.
Yeah.
So, because it's just you and I, for myself, I think the effort. Because
Yeah.
I think an expensive, let's say, like he takes me out on an expensive dinner or we go on a yacht or whatever, that's a grand gesture. But it doesn't, the intention may be there, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be successful. Versus somebody can do the smallest thing for you, but it can show you like, oh, they thought about this. They listened to something that you said that you wanted or something you said you liked. Let's say like I tell him I like sunflowers, and then the flowers he chooses to give me are sunflowers. He heard me. He's paying attention. He's trying to get to know me. So I think it varies by person. For me, I like the little details, and I love somebody that pays attention to me. And it's like I want that where somebody has that attention to detail and is willing to plan the date. So it's really not about the money. Although I do love grand gestures, it's really not about the money at the end of the day, because it's about the connection that you can build with someone that's going to withstand the test of time.
Yeah.
So they say.
I agree with you 100%. I also think like a man with money, right? Or a man without money. Effort can easily be seen because if a man is a dater, right? A serial dater, he'll take women to places he likes, do things he likes because he knows what works, right? But I feel like when a man is interested in a woman and puts effort, it's no longer about what he wants. He's not doing the usual, oh, here are my 5 go-to places to impress women. It's more like, oh, wait, hold on. She likes theater. She likes a play. I'm gonna take her to go see this play she really wants to see. Or hey, she's had a really stressful week. I'm gonna actually bring her lunch and coffee and just write a simple note and say, I hope to see you this weekend, whatever that looks like. I think for me, I would say effort as well, because as somebody who balances all the things, I just want somebody that makes my life easier. Not somebody that adds stress, not somebody that adds anxiety, where I'm like, oh, what are we going to do next? Or does he really like me? Or like, I'm too old for that.
When is he going to ask me out?
I'm too old for that.
Or somebody that like wants you to plan the dates.
Ew.
That to me is like,
ew, that's a chihuahua bark.
That's a chihuahua bark.
Also, the lack of effort shows.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Tom Brady as an example. One of the, if not possibly the greatest quarterback. His wife divorced him and is now pregnant with her trainer or whatever he was. And it just comes to show successful, great at his career, amazing talent, money. She's still divorced and got with a guy who has not even maybe a quarter of what he's got.
But that's a little bit of a different situation because she also has her own money, her own career that was almost at the same level as him. Because like she was a supermodel.
Yeah, but how is that different
than like a regular person? Because you're comparing two people who are extremely high net worth individuals who are extremely successful monetarily. When here you're saying that you're dating a guy or you're going with a guy who has money. And typically a guy who has money, if you say in those terms, you're saying it that he has a substantial amount of more money than you would in comparison.
Oh, so I don't think we saw it like that because I got money. I'm not worried about a man like.
But also,
you
like,
know what I'm saying? Like,
so
I don't look at it as like, oh, he has money. That means he has more money than me.
I also don't look at like I could be that broke and he can be a millionaire, and that doesn't equate to him being valuable just because he has money, and I don't. So I think too, one can say that that's probably why a lot of women stay with men even when they're not treated correctly because they have money. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to say is that money really, although great for financial stability, building a family, making sure your bills are paid, having a roof under your head, living comfortably, those things all are
a man
fact.
with money and effort, unstoppable.
That I wouldn't divorce.
Come here.
Ever.
That's a little
But
tough.
money doesn't really mean that he's going to be a good guy for you and what you want.
Yeah. And again, like
subjective.
some men could be financially stable and do well for themselves and just choose not to spend money on you because he doesn't see like
then don't date those
your
men.
value.
No, I know. I'm not saying to date them, but I'm saying like just because a man has money doesn't mean he wants to spend it on you.
Because there are men like that.
But they should end up alone. I think that men
talk your shit.
If a man has money, he doesn't have time. Mm-hmm. And if a man has time, he doesn't have money.
I would agree with you.
That's a very realistic thing in the society. Yeah. So I think you have to curb, because a lot of the times, we get as a society built up to these fairy tale situations or these, made up delusions of what can happen, right? Mm-hmm. But if a guy, or even if a girl has a very successful career in whatever they're doing, 9 out of 10 times they don't have the amount of time they have to justify to give to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you have to be okay with being with that, right? It's like babysitting a broke man. What is it called? It's like, would you rather babysit a broke man or I asked you this.
Yeah, that was literally what we talked about in the last episode.
Really?
Yeah.
And so like that's his home situation, but I think a man in a man's mind, like as speaking as a gentleman who obviously has been married for a long time, but if I really wanted to, I would.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Since I have money, there's nothing stopping me to spend that money for you.
Correct.
Now, there's something stopping me for spending that time for you.
Yeah.
So like you said, right, the situation where like, oh, maybe I'll go and give her lunch and everything else. That might not happen, but I'll send you lunch and be like, hey, cool, here's Uber Eats, like here's whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, or come give me coffee. Like, no, I'll like Zelle you for your coffee or whatever
exactly.
it is.
There are ways.
There's ways. There's
So
so many ways in the society. I can't talk.
Yeah.
In the society we live in, there are so many ways.
I feel like some people are not, I want to call it home trained, but
Home trained?
yeah, I want to
They're
call it home
dogs?
training because I was watching a video on Instagram the other day and I wish I would have saved it. But the point of the video is it was three guys and they were talking about paying for women on dates. And two of them agreed that no matter who it is, you should pay for a woman on a date. That it would be embarrassing for a woman to go 50-50 on a bill, no matter what date it was, no matter if you were really into her, not into her. It was two of the three agreed that it was a man's part of his honor to grab the bill every single time. While one of them was like, I don't think it's a good financial decision because, like, if it's just the first date, I don't even know where this is going.
What's my
So
ROI
we can go
on the
50-50.
first date? Yeah, what's my return on investment for doing this?
Yeah, and I was looking at it and I'm just like shaking my head.
Yeah.
But that's where I think everybody has there's someone
There's some
for
people,
everyone.
yeah, there's some people that
I know some women that
That
are
will-
so prideful and they're like, no, I am not going to let a man pay for me.
No.
I'm going to go 50-50.
No.
I'm not knocking them. I'm not one of those.
No.
Because part of the way I view a man and put respect on his name is by his character, and part of that character is having that provider mindset and that gentleman-like behavior to say, no, I got the bill. Like, please don't offend me. Don't take up your wallet.
don't offend me.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Say more.
Like how to snag, get out of my hand. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like roof.
Oh my God.
No, I'm
this is
purring
terrible.
then. Like,
Dame okay. My girl was terrible. Anyway.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think it's sometimes my point was sometimes there's some that don't know. Well, there's some that go out of their box to do things for you.
When you talk about home training, I just thought about something that actually was heavy on my mind for a while.
Okay.
So I forgot where I was. This was like at the beginning of summer. And women were complimenting like a gentleman in his 30s, I forgot what, and just talking about like, oh, he's such a good guy. Like you could tell he was raised by all women. And to me, it's kind of like, that's terrible in a way. No shade to this. I'm saying this in a way that's not being disrespectful. Let me say that. But to me, I think it's so sad that people will associate a man who is so good to other women and a gentleman being a man raised with no father and raised with only women. Because if anything, it should be the opposite. Like you should be raised with a man who teaches you how to respect women, how to lead, how to provide, and just how to be a good person with a good heart.
How to love.
How to love. And it's almost like the fact that they went straight to, oh yeah, he was raised by all women, no wonder. It's like, men, y'all got to do better then. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, if the man with no dad is getting more compliments than the man with a mother and a father, men, y'all need to do better.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to realize something too, Tati. Women couldn't open a bank account until 1974 by themselves.
Okay.
So we're less than a generation away from women not being treated correctly in all aspects of the world. And so that saying comes from a time where women were, treated like shit. And so that's why it causes that root. That's why our generation of people, of parents, of everything else, now think like this, because now hopefully we can break that generational curse, like they say.
I understand that, but I feel like if you're in your 20s, 30s, like, we're past that. Like, I feel like you shouldn't have to be raised by only women to be a good man. Like, I don't think that's enough.
No, you're right. Like, I wouldn't say that I was raised by only women, and I consider myself a decent man. Mm-hmm. And so I looked at, my father gave me a lot of great knowledge and everything else, and I would hope that that same imprint happens with my son as well. Mm-hmm. But I could tell you that my father's father, my grandfather, wasn't a great guy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And wasn't, a good person to my grandmother or to even my father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's a very common thing
Yeah.
throughout most of the country and most of our origin countries as well. So that's why, like, now it's our duty, right, to have that beat broken.
I agree. And like, as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a 11 business owner, I just wanted to say that. How do you foresee yourself doing that from now until Mateo is older, even Madeline, obviously? Like, what does that look like for you? How do you instill that in a young man and a young woman?
The actions that you do.
Like what? What are your actions?
Opening my wife's car every time we go into the car. Making sure that everyone has whatever they want. Taking my wife to any store she wants. Being there for all of their events. Like, I think actions speak louder than words, especially with children. And what you see in the house is what is going to be.
Yeah.
Now, is every house perfect? No.
No.
I usually get beaten on Tuesdays. No, I'm just kidding. But, but there's justifiable actions to why things happen. And so, really, it's just showing, the fact of who you are as a provider, as a father, as a husband. That's what shows at home. And, actions will speak louder. That's how I got it from my father.
Yeah, I think also, like, obviously, when I say, like, men, you need to do better, obviously, just to show that, right? So that way, your son, your daughter, they don't have the excuse of, well, women who barely got bank accounts and this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
However, I do think, like, women need to do better when choosing a partner. Like...
Yeah, but I think it's a societal thing. Because, like, you can say it's an excuse, the bank accounts thing, but the mentality was, like, women were inferior to men. For many years. Like, we joke, and like there's some people who justify that, like, I don't pick up the bill because it's equal rights, right?
Oh,
What I used to say was I pick up the bill in order to reduce the wage gap in America.
Thank you.
Because it's true,
That's
like,
funny.
like for every dollar a man makes, a woman makes 85 cents, which is crazy.
No, and that's a fact.
That is a fact.
That's a
like
fact.
Tati was saying earlier, that's
Yeah.
a fact.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
And so,
Period.
it's, I think it's actions, and hopefully we will be the last generation of hearing of like, oh, he was all raised by women, but who knows?
Yeah, and I guess that's my point, right? Like, I feel like we got to put a pin in it, like, or
Hopefully it ends,
whatever
yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick it.
Controversial maybe, but
Do it.
You
don't.
Your life is
No,
controversial.
right?
Fiama, never.
I don't want to have kids if I'm not bringing them into a stable family environment. I feel like I waited this long too, so I mean, part of me, to be honest, feels like I'm not even gonna have them anyway.
Yeah.
But if I do have them, I want it. Ideally, I know this is like very idealistic of me, but it's okay to dream. So I would want it, married.
Fiama, you'll
And then
find some.
I want my kids to grow up without with a father. Sorry, not without.
Oh my
with
God.
a father, father figure present, very present father and husband, because it's very different. I want a man that wants to be a husband, a good husband, and that wants to be a good father. I don't just want a guy to marry me.
Yeah.
For the sake of marrying me and giving me a kid, putting a kid in me, or two. No.
I agree.
Damn, back
Two,
to back.
because I see, like, I give props to a single mom, because I would consider myself to be raised by a single mom. So I think a lot of great men are forged through the single mom power. Well, also there's some shitty men that come from that. Good men come from 2-parent households, and shitty men come from 2-parent households.
Agreed.
I probably think good men come from 1-parent household where the dad is the main guy. We never know. I also see the effect that it has on women when they grow up without a dad, and I think that's very damaging. So I particularly feel like, from my perspective as a woman, where I didn't have a father figure present, I would never want to have a girl without her dad in the picture. Just because that's very hard to navigate. And I can just honestly say, from my perspective, I see the importance of having a male around, a strong male figure. And there are things that they're going to bring to the table that we can't. And I feel like, especially like with boys, I feel like they need a dad so they can go through all those things that they have to go through that we're not going to understand. Because even like, let's say you have your husband, even in the way that you raise your kids and the discipline level, you're not going to be the same, because most of the time men tend to be the disciplinarians, and sometimes women sit back, and sometimes it's reverse.
Yeah.
I've seen it reverse. Like, for example, my sister is very much the disciplinarian.
That's how my family kind of was.
Yeah. So obviously it can be reversed, but I say all of this to say I want both, because I don't want my kids to grow up with. Let me tell you what I want for my kids. I would like my kids to grow up with the stability of having two parents in the house, of seeing their dad love their mother dearly, of seeing the respect between two people, of seeing healthy relationships, healthy communication, of seeing a partnership, of seeing like hard work pay off, of just seeing like what life can be like, and not think of it of, when they think of the union of marriage, not to think of it like as a, oh my God, what a horrible thing I'm gonna walk into, because it's not like, I at least I feel like it shouldn't be. And then obviously I think for me, I want a marriage that is centered on God. So I will introduce my kids to that concept as well.
Yeah, I think so. So like when a person is dating, right, and they're dating with this intention to find a life partner, a husband or a wife, right? It could be a man, female, whatever. Do you think as we get older, there's this idea of like, we've waited so long, like, you know, this shit gotta count, right?
Yeah.
But do you think as we get older, like aggressiveness in dating is more of a turn off or a turn on? And when I say aggressiveness, I mean like somebody who's like, I know I want you. You're what I want. This is...
It's up to you.
Stop playing games. This is it.
It's up to you, because sometimes aggressiveness can fool us. Mm-hmm. And I'm just at the point, I'm so damn tired.
Yeah.
I'm just at the point where I just want a solid, genuine connection. And if that comes aggressively and is consistent, then great. But if that is a slow burn where I learn about the person, I learn about you, we take our time, we really get to know each other, we really transform, we build something together, then I'm fine with that too. As a matter of fact, if one gives me more chances of success than the other, meaning the one that it doesn't look like it's aggressive, if that gives me more chances of success than the aggressive one, I will choose the other one. Yeah. Even if it doesn't make my stomach go like, you know?
Yeah. That whole like butterflies in your stomach.
No, don't we know about that?
Don't we know about that, girl? Me da asco.
Why?
That's what it is.
It's once again, once again, it's like the romanticizing, the over-romanticizing of what a relationship is.
Yeah.
And you know, like we all have our different ideas, and some people probably get it from like the Disney movies, whatever. Yep. I feel like a lot of mine, now that I really think about it, come from all the books that I read as a kid, all the novels, because I'm like a big fan of novels. Yeah. And I feel that I'm like, oh my God, a lot of it comes from that.
Yeah, I could agree. I think about like The Alchemist. Mm-hmm. Have you read The Alchemist?
Yes.
Have you read The Alchemist?
No idea.
Okay, so essentially, it's just this idea that sometimes like you have to follow your journey, like God's will, and through that journey, you will find not only yourself, but like your partner, your love. And it's not a story about love per se. It's about like your journey in life. And they say like, the universe will always conspire to give you what you want or something like that. And I replace universe with God. But it's this idea that like the girl he originally wanted, which I believe was the baker's daughter in the beginning, like they were like, oh, you're just a sheep guy, you know, like you don't have enough to offer her. But then once you pour into yourself and you do all the things that make you feel whole, that make you feel like confident and good about who you are and where you stand with God, your faith, the world, then you meet somebody that made it all worth it, like the waiting. And so that's what happened. I think her name was Fatima too.
I have to reread that book again, because now that you're talking about it, I'm like, I need this in my life right now.
Yeah. So in the end, essentially, like he meets this girl. I think her name's Fatima. Don't quote me on this. I haven't read it in a while, but and he just said there was like this feeling, like it was just a feeling, like they just knew. And she told him like, I'm gonna wait for you. I'm like, are you crying? She's like, I'm going to wait for you. I want you to finish your journey. Finish, like, God's calling, what you have to do. And stop, you're going to make me cry. And I'm going to wait for you. And then at the end, when he got his treasure, essentially, and he did what he had to do, he said in the air, like, he heard her voice saying, like, I'm waiting for you. And he went to go get her. So it's like, books can be powerful. And you read these books at a young age, and then you get older, and you're like, wow, why are you getting so emotional, friend?
I told you I was going to cry.
I know. I didn't think you were going to cry. Like, legit. You said, roof, roof.
Neither. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a little bit. But,
Are you sure it's called The Alchemist?
That this is
Yeah,
why
The Alchemist.
this is
Paulo.
Coelho.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that this is what you chose to talk about
It's
because
the
we
shepherd.
didn't really talk about this beforehand.
Yeah.
But I prayed today that I needed a sign, and then you talking about this reminded me of my prayer, and I was like, oh, so that got me emotional. But I love that. I love him. I love that book. I think for me, like, I grew up, my favorite author, thanks to my sister, is Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
Oh, yeah.
And all his books I read, and I was a big fan, like Love in the Time of Cholera.
Yep.
What is it? Water
for chocolate.
Yeah.
Water like chocolate.
Yeah.
Water.
Oh, it's on HBO. It's on HBO too.
Yeah, and like a couple more others.
Yeah,
and
I've taught all of them.
Yes, and I love with a passion, love his books. So I think some of those idealist things that I have about love is because they come from great authors who created stories that lasted a lifetime. I think that's like the great thing about books. They never die.
Yeah.
They're eternal.
And it's beautiful because, like, I feel like some of the books we talk about, not all of them are necessarily like books about love, but you just learn, like, love is everywhere.
Yeah.
Hate could be everywhere, fear. So it's like, it's how you take a book and interpret it. Like I said, you may have read something in high school and college, and you see it 13 years later, and you're like, wow, I'm looking at it from a different lens, and it's speaking to me.
And you
now.
reread it, and it speaks to you. Yeah, you reread it speaks to you so much differently because you're going through a different, something different in your life. Like right now, I had a moment because exactly what you said just like resonated with something that's going on like deep inside me. I love that. I think I love books.
Yeah, there's another book that I love. It's like the complete opposite of a love story. It's a fiction novel based in Egypt around the revolution. It's called The Thief and the Dogs by Naguib Mahfouz. But essentially, it's all about, like, the moral of the story is how, like, revenge and being so stuck on revenge is ultimately your self-destruction. And looking at the people presented to you in your life and deciding, like, who are the people who genuinely want to help you because they want good for you, and who are the people who only want you because they need something from you. And depending on the path you take, if you're so stuck on greed, if you're stuck on revenge, if you're stuck on, like, what is it called? Like sulking, like playing a victim all the time, how you are leading to your own self-destruction. And there's a sheik in the story, and essentially he keeps telling the character, wash and read, like wash away all that energy, all that victim mentality and why things happen to you, and read in there it's like the Quran, but like scripture, Bible. Like, wash away the fear and read to, like, give yourself that hope, give yourself that faith to challenge or take on whatever's in front of you in life. And again, it's not a book about love, essentially, but you could learn a lot about love through books like that. Yeah.
Have you heard of, I'm going to try to look it up really quick. Have you heard of this one thing that Timothy Chalamet said about
Sounds familiar.
Life is happening... Understand, like, life is not happening
to
you.
It's happening for you.
Oh wait, he's just speaking French there. Eventually, I'll find it and then like I'll send it to you. But I love he says something along those lines, like, understand that life is happening around you, not to you, something like that. And it's like, it's so true. Especially, I feel like the past month, if I've learned anything or been reminded of this past month, is that bad things are always going to happen. Bad things are part of life, and I think they're all around us, because the same way that there's love, there's evil, there's good, there's bad. You can't have one without the other one. But I think it's like how we choose to lead our lives and how we choose to live, what we choose to do, the things that we choose to pay attention to, focus on, give our energy to. And I think for me, I'm just like in this period right now where I feel like, okay, I'm tired of looking at or letting all the things surrounding bad stuff get to me. I just I realize life is super short, and like you gotta make the best of it, because you never know when it's the last day that you're gonna have somebody to tell them like you love them. You know, so I'm just in this place where I'm just like, forget things that hold you down, forget what happened to you, just get through it, get over it. So personally, I'm just in this place where I feel like my challenge right now is I have to let God meet me in those places that I'm in the unknown, and hopefully get me out of it. I feel like it's my mission right now to figure out a way to get through it.
You will.
To get over that hump.
I
know I will.
I believe what God wants you to see, he's going to put in front of you.
Yeah.
Whether it's good, bad, ugly, great.
Yeah.
And as long as you're ready to receive it, I think that's what it is, right? Sometimes we see it and we don't want to receive it. I don't receive that. I rebuke that, Jesus.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, like, or what's this idea? Like, you know, I don't know how we got all up about religion and stuff, but it's like, you know, you can't ask God for patience, right? He's going to put you in situations where you have to learn how to practice being patient.
Yeah. It's like back to what we talked about earlier. It's like waiting for the right time is never going to be technically, like, when is really going to be the right time? I can say it's never going to be the right time. We don't really know.
Right.
But that's something I think this past year, I've also have listened to my own words and try to follow that. But I've also realized that it's never going to be a right time, and I'm never going to end one thing in order to start another one, that I just have to learn to balance my life so that I can do all the things that I want to do, and that I have to try to be successful at those things that are important to me. One, because they are important to me, and two, because if I can manage to succeed, then I feel like I am high functioning.
Oh, yeah.
Adult, and that's what I want to be. And then I just think I have this idea that I ask for this almost every day, but I have this idea that somewhere in my life there's gonna be either someone that comes into my life, we're gonna have a big purpose, or it's just me that is going to get to a level with my purpose is so big. And in order for me to be able to fulfill that, I feel like I have to become really good at learning, not even be successful, but just learning how to balance so many things. Yeah. Because they're just not going to stop. And I know if I get married, I am for sure the backbone of my family, and we're going to be good.
Period.
Just because they have me.
I received that. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
So my man is going to be very lucky because I'm a solid one, and I feel like as long as he's got me around, everything around him is going to be peaceful and taken care of. Yeah. And that's what I want for myself, too. Yeah. That's what I want to give him. And he's going to give me, hopefully, all the other things that I want.
I mean, yeah, truly. I think that's how a lot of, like, men, like, I hate saying the word invest, but they're going to invest in their peace. And, like, I would even assume, like, Marco, right? Like, he chose a partner that is the backbone. She holds it down. You know, when it comes to the kids, the home, anything, like Lucy has your back. She's the backbone. She gives you peace so you can have 11 businesses and do all the things. It's
enough peace, but yeah.
I feel like you have to believe in the purpose of what the other person is trying to do. Like, for example, like in your case, like you're the provider. I want a provider. So for me, because I can speak for her, but for me, I think it would be very important for me to invest in his purpose, and my way of investing is going to look a lot different than maybe another person.
Right.
But if he's going to be the provider in doing all these things for our family, then like the least that I can do is help him achieve the goals that he has for us, and making sure everything around him is taken care of.
I feel like, and maybe Marco, you could kind of answer this too, like in a marriage, in a partnership, I feel like there's stages of what that looks like, right? Like how it looks in the beginning of a marriage may not look the same 5 years from now, after one kid, after two kids. Because I know, not to like put your business out there, but like I know Lucy's gonna start working again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, again, she started off working, then she stayed home, and then she tried working, and she was like, no, I like just being home with Madeline. And then she had Mateo, and then now it's like, so nothing's ever been like, this is it. Like there's always a shift. And I think, would you say that shift is due to like how you foresee what's best for the family, what she sees, what y'all see together? Like, how does that work?
I think in like our case, right, her going back to work is a decision that she wanted to do to get back in the classroom and, you know, have, I guess, more experience outside of it, because it's not for the monetary reasons. I mean, she's getting, she's getting paid minimum wage. It's basically like she's an assistant in the classroom, and she's bringing Madeline as well. So that's the also point where she wants to have Madeline start getting used to it and used to preschool and everything else.
Yeah.
But I definitely think like our relationship has changed. Like I'm the provider now, but like there was a time that technically Lucy was making more money than me on paper, technically.
Yeah.
And like we were 50-50. She was working, she had a career, she went to school. And then we made a decision that what was best for our family was her staying home. And now she's been home for almost 3 years. She said she wanted to take a little adventure out on Tuesdays and Thursdays and spend a few hours in the classroom. That's fine. I told her, like, is this because you want to do it, or is it because you need to feel like it's something that you need to do for whatever financial reason? She know, I want to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I love
That's
that.
different.
And for me, like, I think Lucy and I are very, I would say, unique in the way that sometimes there's people in marriages where like things are kind of like 50-50, right? Like you have your own bank account, I have my own bank account, right? Or like, you know, you have your own things, I have my own things. I think Lucy and I have been together for so long that there is no other, like, there's no separate bank accounts, there's no separate anything. Like, it's all the same. And I've always told her, like, I also have, I think, a unique perspective, because I've always told her, like, if things don't work out between us, I'm not going to leave you on the street. Like, what kind of person, what kind of man is that? Like, I'm not going to have my kids not have a roof over their head. Like, I'm not going to have, like, you being struggling to, like, no, like, that's stupid. Because the way that I look at it is that she supported me all these years, and why would I not support her for the rest of her life?
Yeah.
So like I've told her, like, we've had our ups and downs, and when we have our big fights, which are rare, but we've had big fights. Every couple of big fights.
Normal.
We've had big fights, and then we collectively come back after everyone's calmed down and after she stopped beating me. And we just asked, like, I asked him, like, do you want to stay in this? And if you don't, you're good for life. Like, there's no, and it's like, okay, well, you know, the conversation always goes to like, or not between us, but a lot of people's thoughts always go to like, if you end up separating, right, you're supposed to be putting your new relationship or new person first, right? In my mind, Lucy is going to be in my life for the rest of my life. Does that mean she's going to be my wife for the rest of my life? Hopefully she is.
That's the goal.
But if we end up, and I always tell this, if her happiness is my top priority, and if that's not with me anymore, then that's okay. And if I find someone else, they have to understand that this person is always going to be in my life. And if you're not okay with that, then you don't have to be in my life. But this person is not going to not be in my life.
Oh,
That's so honorable.
that is, and I feel like that's a great topic for another episode, because I feel like there's so much that could be talked about with that. But I do want to end with a tricky or trifling.
Okay, you do whatever you want.
I could do whatever I want. Yes.
You're the
man.
leader of the show.
So we're all in this. This is a collaborative effort.
I'm being verbally beat up.
Together.
Anyway, so I have two, but I kind of, since we're talking about relationships, I kind of want to lean towards one. It's kind of funny, but it's something we're seeing a lot in this concert culture. Concert culture.
Okay.
So Chris Brown obviously has this segment where he brings a woman on stage and he gives her a lap dance and he kisses her at the end, and it's a whole thing. And men have came out saying, like, if my girlfriend or if my wife gets picked and she willfully, happily sits there, I will no longer be with her.
100%.
Is that tricky or trifling? If somebody says, if your favorite artist grabs you to go on stage and give you a lap dance and you go, it's over. Is that tricky or trifling?
You guys go.
What?
You go. Go ahead.
I think it's trifling. Because, like, I feel like I'm like this little person in that celebrity's eyes. It's not a real connection. It's not an actual emotional connection. It's entertainment. And I personally feel like if I had a man, a husband, a boyfriend, whatever, and we went to see, like, J-Lo or something, and she brought him up on stage, I'm not going to divorce him because of that. I'm going to be like, awesome. You picked my man.
The divorce part is a little much.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like entertainment. I don't think it's anything emotional or real. Now, if he's like, come to the after party, come on my tour bus, that's different. Then I would say, oh no, you definitely crossed the boundary. But I would be heartbroken if
you would love to be the girl.
If my partner threatened me saying we will break up, or
because
like
Tati
I don't want to be
on stage.
because I would go on stage.
Tati would wild out.
And I wouldn't. Did you see what was her name? Kayla. Yeah, I would be her. I would be like, who's giving the lap dance here? Okay,
Yeah.
like
Tati be like, spread them cheeks, boy.
yeah. Like there's no, you can't take this opportunity away from me. If you love me, show me you love me and support me.
That's crazy.
But again, I do think it's different versus like leaving and going backstage with them.
I'm gonna say tricky. Only because if, let's say, you have already had conversation about your boundaries and this man, in this case, expressed to you that is not something that he would tolerate, it doesn't matter if it's Chris Brown or the milkman, he said that that's not something he would tolerate from another person. So in that regard, for that specific thing I just mentioned, that's where I think it would be tricky, because it's like, he's already told you, like, this is something that he doesn't support, and then you are over there.
I know. Imagine like the first date, like hypothetically, if I get chosen to go on stage with Chris Brown and we're boyfriend and girlfriend, would you get mad? Like, you have to have that question. You have to ask that like right away, first date, because I'm going. I'm just telling you right now. So tell me, are we ending this first date? Because I'm going.
I see the point of this is a celebrity, like I don't even exist in the world, like why would this be so serious? I do see that, and I do agree with that one, because I would, like, I think if my man's eternal like biggest crush was who do I consider hot?
Anita Karol G.
Right, Anita, let's say that, because I do think she's hot. And she took him on stage and did a lap dance on him. I wouldn't feel no type of way. I think if she stuck his tongue in his mouth, and then I'd be like, I'd give him a side eye. I'd be a little
I don't
bothered,
think I would.
but I wouldn't be pissed. Not enough to break up with him. So in that regard, I'm like, they're celebrities. Like, they don't really. Yeah. You think they go for you? Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm like, you ain't nobody.
Get a grip.
Look, they try to humble people and be like, look, we bring up the average basic man too, Yeah.
So,
I'd be like, don't humble.
But
like,
in the regard of like, maybe that is his non-negotiable. Maybe that is a boundary he feels super disrespected by. Then I see the fact that like, okay, you're doing this. It's disrespecting him. So that that is why I picked tricky.
Looking for me?
Yeah, go ahead, Michael. I already know. Go ahead.
I mean, who's going to buy you Christian Dior? Chris Brown or me?
Myself.
So.
I know.
You stay your ass right here. You don't go up there. I mean, my My case is a little different because especially if it's in Chicago and it's a certain group of people, more than likely there'll be someone that'll be like, oh, that's that person's wife.
Yeah.
So like,
Or be like, yo, that's Marco's wife. Okay, Marco. You know, it really
correct.
depends.
Yeah.
And I don't need that going around.
Perception is not always
Yeah.
reality.
If my husband is one of those, I am never fucking doing that shit.
One of what?
One of those people, like kind of like Marco, where
Oh,
if everywhere,
yeah,
some
yeah.
places you'd go, they know I'm so and so's wife.
Bro, literally, yeah. Like I was in Puerto Rico. I met like there was people I knew in the show that like randomly met me, and I'm just like, bro,
You're
what?
famous. You got
I'm not
11
famous.
businesses.
It's just like
You're important.
when you meet a lot of people, like people, and it's also I'm 7 feet tall, so it's like, oh, there's that big tall guy.
Yeah, I think with men, it's this idea of like pride and honor and respect.
Yeah.
I think so like I was being a little funny, like if it's like if it's Chris Brown, right? Because that's one of Lucy's things.
Yeah.
Go up there, keep your hands on your knees, like just
Be specific when you say hands on my knees. Hands on my knees.
All right.
Hands on my knees.
No twerking. Keep your hands to yourself.
Like this.
Keep your hands to yourself,
I'm crying because I can't do anything.
and that's all good. But like if it's like one of your top ones, cool. I get it. Keep your hands to yourself.
So compromise.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're like Tati, we're gonna be spraying Chris Brown's ass cheeks and trying to. I mean, come on, bro. Like, no, we ain't doing none of that. Yeah, no barking.
Yeah.
No barking, but
Yeah.
You took the bark right out of my mouth.
Look at you could. No, there was a phrase and I butchered it because I don't even know. It was like bark out of a man or man. Anyway. Well, who let the dogs out? Woof, woof, woof.
apparently
Well,
Chris Brown did.
we hope.
Drake.
Yeah,
Drake and Chris
did,
Brown.
not Chris Brown. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you for coming, Fee. Always a pleasure having you. Paulina, we'll see you soon, girl. She's being an island girl.
Isn't she
coming
back
home.
already?
Yeah, she just got back. Yeah. But it was just, it's a lot, y'all. Traveling, going on no sleep, and then coming here to get ready is not for the weak. So
Please share, like, subscribe.
comment, like, subscribe, share all of the things.
Sound off in the comments.
Period.
About
Barking.
some of these things we
Give us
talked
a good
about.
woof
What do you
woof.
think? Yeah.
It's a good bark.
DM us with your best bark.
I woof you.
I woof you. And don't forget to follow at Talk with Tati
At Fiama.
and at Never Too Shy Pod. Thank you guys.